So let's talk a bit about competition. Why is it that most people think competition is bad? When you think about video games or you think about any of the other specific stuff, digital products, software, all that kind of thing, most people think that having competition is a bad thing. But is it really? I mean, think about it, right? Like, I'm in a mall right now. And the reason I'm in a mall is because I can go to a store, I can get the thing that I want to get, but there's also a ton of other stores that have a ton of other things. It gives me variety. Now, the weird thing about a mall too is that there are a ton of different stores that sell the same thing. They literally sell the same product. There are shoe stores, there are clothes stores, there are video game stores, all kinds of different stores. So what makes one store better than the other? Why would people pay money to be a part of an organization or a physical space where they're literally next door to their competition? Why does Burger King set up across the street from McDonald's? Why does that happen if competition is bad? Crazy thing is, I don't actually think competition is bad. I think it's good. And here's why. I used to run a marketing company for several years. And one of the things that I learned running that marketing company and doing those different things was that competition is a good thing. And the reason why it's good is because competition means that there are people looking for what you sell. If you see a competitor and they're doing well, that means they have a ton of your customers sitting there and waiting. That's a good thing. When you're creating a new product, especially like a game, right? Sometimes you don't know if anybody will even want your game. Because games are a little bit different than other software, right? Like most software development and product development starts with the concept of a problem. They solve a problem or they allow you to do something faster than you otherwise wouldn't have been able to do. So games are a little bit different because a lot of people start with the idea for a game and they don't necessarily know if there'll be demand for the game. But the beautiful thing about competition is if you see a similar game to yours that's selling well, you know there's a demand for it. What do most people do when they see a game that's doing well though? They say, oh, that game, it's like a copy of mine. It looks just like mine. People are buying that. People are going to think I copied them. Everybody copies everybody, first of all. Second of all, if that game is selling well, that means your game is going to sell well. There's nothing bad about that. Competition is a good thing. It really, truly is. The more competition you have, that means the bigger market you have. Games happens to be a massive, huge market. So if you think about it, and you're doing games, then you have a huge, huge potential to sell a lot of games because you know there's a ton of people out there. And you know specifically that there are thousands upon thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of people out there ready to play your game because the market's so massive. And the bigger your segment is, the more people you have in that segment that can actually finish your game or actually play your game and buy your game and all that stuff. So that's a good thing. And I really, it bothers me so much when I see people that they think competition is a bad thing. They shut down at the first sight of competition. They say, oh, competition, I see this guy's got a game just like mine, I'm gonna quit. Damn it, he already did that idea, so I can't do that idea. That is a bad way to think about it, trust me. You don't want to fall in that trap. Because if you see someone else that has a similar idea to yours, and it's selling well, it's doing well, people like it, that should be a green light to you to go full force on your idea and get that shit out there. Trust me on this. I know it seems counterintuitive, but this whole concept is the reason why this mall exists. Okay? There's a clothing store right next to a clothing store because they know that if one person buys clothing, that is their customer, and they are much more likely to come into their store and buy clothing as well. Right? They set up shop next to their competitors because their competitors attract their customers. Think about that. Once you start thinking in like the abundance mindset of there's plenty to go around for everyone, and it's not like this, oh, there's only very few people that only I can, I gotta get everything that I can because there's not enough to go around. That is bad. That's toxic, and that will put you out of business quicker than anything will on the planet. You have to get in the mindset of abundance where there's plenty enough, there's plenty to go around, there's plenty of customers, there's plenty of money, there's plenty of sales, there's plenty of everything. That's why these stores set up right next door to each other. They literally, a clothing shop will set up next to a clothing shop. A Burger King sets up next to a McDonald's. A shoe shop sets up next to a shoe shop. Because they know if their competitors have customers, those customers, are their customers as well. Don't forget that. That is a massive lesson, especially in indie game development, especially in software development. Competition means you have a market. It means there's demand for your product. Do not forget that, because if you do, you will go out of business and you will unfortunately give all the customers away to someone else. You don't want to do that. Anyway, until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. I'm Tim Rustwick. If you have any questions on this or anything else, leave a comment below or tweet me at Tim Rustwick and I'd be happy to answer them. Talk to you guys soon.